The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello everyone and welcome to yet another exciting webinar of ours. Let us give a few more seconds for our attendees to join in and then we can start off with the webinar. I think all the attendees have been joined in and we can start off with the session. So let us introduce today's webinar or the topic of the day. So here today I am here to present DeDupeD, our new app that helps you to detect, prevent and merge duplicates within Dynamics 365 CRM. I am Ranjana Verma and today I am going to presenting you the same. Before we start off with this session, let me just explain you some of the webinar logistics that we have. So all lines would be muted throughout the session. In case if you have any queries or questions, you can just put in your chat box over here and I'll be happy to answer them at the end of the webinar during our Q&A session, right? Now, without any further ado, let's start off with the session. Before we move ahead with DeDupeD as a complete solution, let me introduce to you my company that is iKnowledge. So iKnowledge is one of the leading ISVs and a service provider. We are in the business for a decade now, that is somewhere around 15 plus years now, and we have somewhere around 15 plus productivity apps. Some of them being mentioned over here. One of my favorite is SharePoint Security Sync that not only migrates your attachment to the SharePoint but also syncs the security as per the CRM. Similarly, we have newly launched one more product of ours that is WhatsApp for Dynamics. Again, it's an integration of WhatsApp within Dynamics 365 CRM. Similarly, we are also, apart from these apps, we are also a system integrator and we assist our partners and customers with offshore development services. If you want to know about any of these products or want to have a personalized session or demo with us, please reach out to us at this email ID over here, that is crm@inogic.com, and we'll be happy to assist you with a personalized demonstration. Now, let's go through the agenda of the day, right? So as I'm here to present DeDupeD, let's understand what are the challenges of duplicate records in today's world. why do you need DeDupeD, what are its features, and then we'll see the live action of those features in our live demonstration part. After that, we'll have a Q&A session or a FAQ session wherein I'll be answering some frequently asked questions along with the questions that you might put in the chat box, right? So without any further ado, let me take you to the introduction part of it, that is DeDupeD. Now, DeDupeD in simple terms is a data hygiene app that detects, prevents, and merges duplicate records in Dynamics 365 CRM. Now, the need for DeDupeD. In simple words, if I could say the need of DeDupeD, if you see any of your systems at any point of time, there is 20 to 30% duplicate records that are being found. And these 20 to 30 duplicate records amount to somewhere around 13 million a year for a particular company of yours, right? So this is the cost that the company is incurring because of these duplicates data. Similarly, on those lines, if you clear up those duplicates, there's a high chance of at least a minimum of 66% surge in your annual revenue of the organization. Nevertheless, when you use DeDupeD, your data is consistent, the consistency is maintained, not to mention the space is saved, and also while analyzing the data of yours, you will have a very clear idea, and the perception of your data, the perception of your interpretation of your data would be much more better when it comes to data hygiene, right? Now, again, when I talk about duplicate data, so how are those created in the system? That is very important for us to understand. So when it comes to businesses or corporations, there are different departments or fronts that we have, right? And through each of these fronts, we interact with our clients, be it like sales, marketing, support. All of these fronts are there, and some of our clients or some of our leads interact us through few of these channels. Like we have John Richard over here. He has initially came as a sales lead for us through maybe a website check-in or maybe a social media reach out. So through some of the auto-generated lead he might have came in, and someone from my sales team might have reached out to him. Similarly, my marketing department might have sent him some marketing material against it, and he has interacted on that front as well, and a marketing lead has been created. And then comes support. At any point of time in previous interaction, he might have faced some or the other issues and might have raised a support ticket. So here, John Richard over here, just for a single person, I have 3 different leads being created in my system at any point of time. Now imagine this is just one lead that I'm talking about, John Richard. Imagine this happening with you for years, wherein large sum of redundant or duplicate data has been created over the years, and then tracing them or merging them would be even bigger task for us, right? So in that sense, let me take you to the live demonstration of our tool, that is DeDupeD, that will help you to merge these data, make your systems future proof, make your system, sorry for this, yeah, make your system future proof, and then make sure that everything is working smooth and fine. So I am here on the CRM instance of mine. Let me refresh this once again. So I am here in my CRM instance on a leads entity, and I have one lead for me, that is Simon Riley, right? And I see that as I'm working through it, I see that there's already a duplicate that is present within my system, right? So that means Simone is not the first time she is interacting with me. There has been instances wherein some of my team members might have interacted with her. In that case, how do I know which are those duplicates and who interacted with them? So in that case, you can just click on this show duplicates button over here, click on it, and it is going to pop up all the duplicates that are found within the system. So this is our current record that I am working on, Simone Riley, that we have right now. And against this record, there are somewhere around 6 duplicates that are present right at the moment. Similarly, I can see that there is one contact duplicate is also present. So we have a functionality of cross entities duplication detection as well, wherein you can search for a lead against an account, against a contact, or any other custom entity of yours, right? So here, like I said, I see that there are 6 Simons that are present already in my system, and then I am working on the 7th one over here. So how do I work, create how do I collaborate them or merge them together? So in that sense, there would also be a question from your end, like if you're working with Simon, that is how you got that there are 6 Simons in your system. But what about the other thousands and hundreds of leads that you already have in your system? How do you merge them so that your historical data is cleared up? Rather than future proofing, it's very important that our historical data is also cleared up. So in that context, let me introduce you to the second part of DeDupeD, that is an application or a Windows tool that will help you to not only detect the historical data within your CRM system, but also to merge them, right? So here there's a tool and it works outside of CRM. All you got to do is just install it and then log in through your own credentials, through your CRM credentials. So here you can select your deployment type, that is on-premise and online as per your deployment. And here you need to click on display list of all available organizations, because then you will be able to see all your organizations together. Then it is going to ask you to log in through your username and password over here. You can type in your details. In case you don't know your region, don't have to worry on that. You can use the don't know option over here. It's very simple. And as soon as you log in, you would be introduced or welcomed with a very simple UI of ours that that asks only for few of the references, and it is going to give you a duplication grouping and will help you to merge them on a bulk level or on a mass level, right? So now I have logged in the app and I see a very simple UI that is easy to understand. Here it is going to ask me to select the table that I want to find the duplicates of. So in this case, you can have your own entities listed over here. So here I'm choosing lead as my entity. Again, you can use any system entity or custom entity as you please. Of course, you need to configure them before using it in the tool, right? So I've selected lead over here, and in the view section, again, I'm selecting one of my views, that is open leads over here. Now, views, as we all know, is a special criteria that we create. Now, be it a system view or a custom view, it is created by us, and only the records that honor those criteria will fall under this particular view of mine. So here in my view, I have somewhere around 87 leads, right? So now as soon as I click on find duplicate, what is this going to do is basically find the duplicates of these 84 leads within my entire CRM records. So I might have hundreds and thousands of leads together. It is going to scan through entire system of mine and then give me the duplicates. So let me click on this find duplicate, and here it is retrieving and scanning the entire system of mine through all the leads that are present within the system, searching for all the possible duplicates that could be found within this. It will take few seconds of yours to load, and here we are with the answer. So as you see in the summary section, now we have few more data or few more information over here. So for these 87 records of mine, I see that there are 56 duplicates that have been detected. And later, they are also merged into groups so that there is a ease of understanding the duplicates, right? So there are somewhere around 25 duplicates that I can see. Similarly, if you want to search for any of your duplicates or any of your leads per se, you can just type in the keyword and click on search over here. Like I am using Sim as in Simon over here. So I can see that Simon Riley's accounts leads are all present over here. There are somewhere around 7 of them. Similarly, there's one more that we see is this particular lead because the keyword matches it, sim, it has appeared over here, right? So in case if you want to search for any special lead of yours or any special record of yours, you can just use this search option over here. Similarly, what happens is when you're bulk merging or when you're detecting duplicates, there could be thousands and thousands of data, and here you have two options over here. Either you can scroll through them, just clicking on this next button over here, you can scroll through them and understand which are those leads, or the other option is just clicking on this export duplicate button over here. When you click on it, an Excel file would be downloaded with all these data present in that, and the grouping is also done for you. So this is for your reference in case you want to have a bigger picture and you want all at one single page, right? So I think I have explained everything in terms of the UI. Now, if you have seen this group over here, one of the record is termed as master, whereas the other two are termed as subordinates over here. So how do you actually define which one is the master and which one is the subordinate? So for that, I would take you to the configuration part of it later, when I would explain you how do you define your masters and what is the criteria against it. Now coming to this part of it, let's say I don't want this particular record of mine to be the master. Rather, I want this record to be the master. In that case, we have a button over here that says Make Master. You can just click on it, and within instance, now this is the master over here. So this is basically just for the use or ease of the user so that they can shuffle around as they please, right? So I think I have explained everything in terms of this UI. Let's do the deed, that is, let's click on mass merge over here, and it is going to ask, do you really want to merge them? Because then unmerging won't be possible. So let me select yes over here, and it is going to go ahead and merge all those duplicates together, incorporate all the fields together as well as their respective activities, right? So as this is merging, let me take you to the other part of it, that is the configuration of DeDupeD. In the start of our session, when I opened the tool, we were able to see only two tables over there, that is contact and lead as an option. The reason for those is because I have configured only for these two entities of mine. Similarly, if you want to add in more of your entities, could be a system entity or a custom entity, you can add them here itself. Now let me open this and take you even more deeper into it. So now here, can you see the option of master rule? So which one to make the master of? I have mentioned that I'll take you through the configuration and will explain you. So here are some of our criteria through which you can create your masters. Now my criteria was latest modified. That is, the latest one that I have modified in the recent days. Similarly, we have oldest modified. That is the first one to be modified in the system. Same goes with the created data as well. You can have latest created, that is the newly created one, or the first to be created in your system. The last two are my personal favorites because they are more of which values or which activities you have in the records. So here we have first one, that is most field values. That is the record which has more fields already filled in within it will term as the master and rest of them would be subordinate. Similarly, for most activities, the record which has most number of activities. Now it could be appointment, it could be a phone call, it could be a task, depending on the requirement, depending on the activities, it is going to count and it is going to term it as the most, as the master record over here, right? So I'm selecting this as, last modified for now and clicking on save over here. Now let's get back to our tool and see if the processing is all done or not. As you can see, it has merged all our 25 groups, and here you have the results as well. As soon as you click on downloads over here, it is going to download an Excel file for you. Let me name this as merge for now and click on save. Let me open this sheet for now. Here it is. And as you can see, all my records, that is the 25 records, are present right over here, and all of them are in single nature, that is none of them has duplicates in here. And here if you see in the last column, there is status that is mentioned, that is whether or not it was successful or there any failure occurred. However, the chances of failure is very less in this in our case, but yeah, the status is also mentioned for you over here. You can just download this for your reference, and as it is going to replicate in your CRM as well, right? So now let's go back to our CRM and see how this works, right? So now I am back in my CRM. What we have right now did was basically clearing the historical data and merging all the things that we already have in junk or in duplicates. Now what happens when me as a salesperson would again try to create Simon as a lead for myself in the future? Will it future proof the system as well? Is might be the question that you have, right? So in that case, we also have an option of future proofing. And how do we do it? Let me just show you that, right? So here, let me just create another Simon for now in a new tab. And let's see if it helps me to create a new lead or it restricts me. So let me fill in all the necessary information. Listed in 2020 over here. For the last name, for now, I'm just taking as Simon and just clicking on this over here and enter. As soon as I've typed in my email address, I can see that there's a pop-up that has automatically popped up saying that there's already duplicates in my system, right? So this is the current record that I'm working on for now, and here I can see the duplicates are mentioned. So it says that there's already a lead under Simon's name. We cannot create it. As a general, salesperson habit, or I am mostly habitual to it, just clicking on this ignore button over here and then again trying to save it, right? So as soon as I click on this again, it is going to restrict me here as well. So this happens n number of times. The reason for this is the system is not allowing me to create any more duplicates because there's already a Simon present in my system and I need to work on it, right? So this is how we do the future proofing. Now you might say that, in some of our business use cases, it is important for us to create duplicates. It's not that, you have 100% duplicate free kind of system. There are some instances where you have to create duplicates. Let's say I am the CEO of my company and I want to work on Simon as a lead very separately apart from my sales team, what they are doing, and I need to create a lead for that. So in that case, let me again take you to the entity configuration over here and introduce you to this part of it that says allow to ignore duplicates, right? So for now, I have kept it as no, and hence any user will not be able to create any more duplicates. But as soon as I click on yes, it is going to give me another option. Now, here there is an option saying that you can allow to create the duplicates, but you need to have a user authorization. So you can select the users to whom you can authorize to create n number of duplicates. For now, I'm just selecting it as system administrator over here and clicking on save, right? So now what will happen is anytime a system administrator would try to create a new lead or a duplicate lead, it would definitely allow it to create the lead. However, any person apart from the system administrator won't be able to create any of these leads. So let's test that as well, as we have, I think we have ample of time, right? So let's just try that as well. So here, now let me refresh because I've saved the new settings. Let me just refresh the entire CRM and then try to create another lead of Simon's. Right? So again, let me fill in all the details over here. Okay, and last name I'm keeping it as Simon now, and here it is. As soon as, like I said, there would be a pop-up appeared over here saying that there is a duplicate, be it a system admin or any other role that you have assigned to in the configuration part. At least once it is going to give you a pop-up saying that there is something that is already present in your system under the same name. So I just click on ignore over here and then again try to save it. Now this time it is again going to give me a pop-up. This is the second kind of warning, and then here there is a button of saying that ignore and save. That means as a system administrator, now I can go ahead and save this lead for my future reference. And hence one duplicate record is created, but that is again against the system administrator, right? So now you might have this question of how do you term any record as duplicates, right? How is this matching rule happens? So in that sense, let's revisit the configuration part of DeDupeD, wherein we have a tab saying duplicate matching rules, wherein you can create your rules based on how you want the records to be termed as duplicates. Now, as a business, some of the businesses, have emails as one of the prime field to be detected as duplicates. Some of them might have phone numbers, some of them have other criteria. So here, in my sense, in my particular instance of mine, here the criteria is on email address. The email address should exactly match the other records in order to term that record as a duplicate, right? Hence, anytime when I click on this show duplicates over here, it is going to match the email ID and then term it as duplicate, right? Now, so far what we have seen is clearing up the historical data through our app, preventing a CRM user to create any more leads in the system in terms of duplication. But what about the third thing that happens in our system? That is, some of our leads, accounts, or tickets, support tickets or cases are created automatically through the server side, right? If anyone interacts with our marketing material, a lead is created. If anyone interacts with us on on social media, a lead is created. So how do you prevent the server side of the things, right? So in that case as well, let me again revisit this part of ours, that is the configuration. In the general section, you will see that we have two types of setting. That is, one is the client side setting that I just showed you in terms of ignore duplicates and authorization. Now we have something called as server side duplicate settings, wherein you can prevent the creation of duplicates if any new record has been created in your system, or if there is already an existing record that has been created in your system, right? So in that sense, anytime any new lead is created from your service side, it is going to restrict it because there is already a lead or an account or a contact already present in here. Now, in throughout of my webinar, I have always been using the word or the term lead as an entity, but be rest assured that it is not only for leads, for all the entities, be it custom entity or an out-of-box CRM entity, right? So here again, like I said, the server side duplication is also being detected and prevented. Let me just save it and go back to our CRM. So now as a whole package, we have DeDupeD that not only prevents the not only merges or mass merges your historical data, but also future proofs your system so that the data hygiene is well maintained throughout. Let's go back to our PPT again over here and okay, sorry for this. Yeah. And let's revisit these key features that I have just showed you in live action. So as I mentioned that duplication identification is done by us and it is also on demand. You can just simply click on the above button that we had, that is show duplicates, and it is going to pop up all the duplicates in your records, right? Similarly, in terms of clearing up your historical data, we have a tool that we have introduced, so you don't have to worry or you don't have to do it one by one. Once the historical data is cleared up, then preventing it from happening in the future, or future proofing it, is very important for us, and hence we have added that as well. In terms of rules, you can define your rules, which one to term as master data and which one to be subordinate in order to have a smooth functioning. And when I say user friendly interface, like I have showed you in terms of tools or be it the CRM, everything is just within the CRM. You don't have to hustle around or navigate around to search for your duplicates. It's right on the page there itself, right? Now, availability of DeDupeD. So DeDupeD is available on CRM, Dynamics 365 CRM, as well as Microsoft Dataverse, and the deployment is for both online as well as on-premise. As we have just now ended our live session of the entire tool, I would be posting a poll, a real quick poll over here, just to understand which of these features you liked the most and you found the most valuable of. So please feel free to vote in, and let's see what are your favorite terms in terms of DeDupeD. Okay, so I think yes, people are voting. So let's just give few more seconds over here. So we have a tie over here, that is 40% of people. Okay, now we have tie between three of our options, that is the historical data, merging, identification, and then real-time detection and prevention. That covers 90% of DeDupeD. So that means that you like the entire part of DeDupeD. That is really great, right? So now I'm just closing off the poll and let's dive into the question answer session of ours, in case you have put in some in the chat box. Before we start off with the question answer session, now since I have showed you a clear demonstration of the tool, however, in your in your respective business use cases, there could be some other things that you might want to ask me. In that case, you can just simply reach out to us and we can have a one-to-one custom demo for you being planned, right? To reach out to me, you can just mail on crm@inogic.com. On the other hand, if you like the entire demo and you want to try out our solution, you can just visit our website or just enter DeDupeD in the app source and you'll have the app ready there. You can start with a 15 days free trial. And in case if you need any assistance in configuration, we would be happy to assist you there as well. Right? Now let me answer few of the frequently asked questions, and then we can go for the Q&A session wherein I will be answering the questions for you. Okay, so sorry, yes. So FAQ, first question is, can we clear up the historical duplicate records? Yes, we can definitely do that. And not only clearing up in terms of just identifying, but also merging them over here. So there's again a question, can we merge duplicate records in bulk? Both of these things can be done through our app, Windows app that I have provided you. Again, does it works with for all the Dynamics 365 entities? Yes, it works with all the entities, be it custom or out of box. Does it work with my Microsoft Dataverse? Yes, it does work with Microsoft Dataverse and the CRM as well. And the deployment is for both online as well as on-premise. How do we get started? It's pretty simple. You can just visit our website or just enter DeDupeD on App Source and you'll have the solution ready with you. You can install it in your CRM and configure the solution as you need. Again, if you have any difficulty in configuring the solution or if you need any assistance, we are just a mail away, right? Okay, now let me go to the Q&A session over here and let's see what all questions do we have. Okay, yeah, so we have few of the questions over here. Let me answer one for you. There's one question from our attendee saying that, can only system admin configure this duplicate and merging rule? So for this, yes, the system admin can configure the duplicates and merging rule. Also, the DeDupeD comes with two user privileges, that is two user interfaces, that is one is DeDupeD admin and the other one is DeDupeD user. So any user that you term as DeDupeD admin would be able to create those rules for you and configure the solution for you, right? Another question that we have over here is that how is it different from Dynamics 365 merging and duplication detection rule? So how is it different from that? So in terms of that, though identification of these records of duplication is possible throughout the CRM, however, merging is only possible for few of them. Rather, I would say some of the out-of-box entities like leads, accounts, contacts, and cases, right? So this is definitely, that is something extra over here. Now, in terms of questions, I think we have answered all of them. I do have few of the questions that are being left. In this session, I won't be able to answer all of them, but please be rest assured because I would be sharing these answers to your personal email IDs, answering them one by one so that you don't have to wait for me. You'll have these answers by tomorrow, so please be rest assured. As we come to the end of this webinar, I really thank you for attending it throughout. It's been a pleasure presenting the entire solution to you. Have a great day ahead and have a great weekend. Take care, guys. Bye. I'll see you in my next webinar. Thank you.